Hello and welcome to Business Incorporated. Thank you for joining us. I am Bolaji Akiwale. Coming up in the program, Donald Trump rattles global markets. India scraps its 1,000 rupee notes. Plus, Ernst & Young releases the 2016 Global Consumer Banking Survey. We'll begin with the outcome of the U.S. elections and the impact on the global markets. The U.S. dollar sank and stocks have plummeted in market mayhem as investors faced up to a shock win for Donald Trump in the U.S. presidential election that could upend the global political order. Trump is regarded as one of the few American presidents who didn't serve in the military or in government before his victory.
As the prospect of President Trump emerged, there was bloodbath. The US dollar sunk and stocks plummeted. Sovereign bonds, gold and Japanese yen all surged.
Japan will struggle with foreign exchange and yen-selling intervention. And also, considering his views on Mexico and other neighbouring countries, he has shown a dislike towards immigrants. This would move the markets towards more risk-averting direction.
The Mexican peso plunged more than 13% against the dollar in chaotic trading. Trump's proposed policies are considered deeply negative for the country.
We can forget the markets today. It's clear that they will crash. The shock is deep. The markets react to black and white, and it is black when no one had reckoned with this. Really? The polls were clear, but I think that today the markets will plunge deeply as we lick our wounds, and that it will only be in the days to come that we can think rationally.
The U.S. stocks futures dived 5% at one point, worse than the carnage caused by Britain's vote to leave the European Union. Investors fear a Trump victory could cause global economic and trade turmoil, not to mention years of political uncertainty.
At first, the DAX will give way a lot. It might be able to recover somewhat this afternoon, but the insecurity is so much that many share strategists and capital market strategists will have to reconsider their yearly prognosis. Insecurity is the be-all and end-all at the moment. Donald Trump is politically very green behind the ears. We don't know what he stands for. We don't know if he will push through what he said in the election. If he did, it will be fatal. But I think his party, the Republicans, will make us think about that.
The expected U.S. rate rise in December now looks in doubt, and other central banks may have to ease policy further. South Korean authorities were thought to have intervened to steady their currency, and Japan was looking ready to do the same. Nowhere was spared. The risk of a global trade war hammered all currencies, with Australia leading the rout. One analyst say markets are reacting like the four horsemen of the apocalypse just rolled out of Trump Tower.
And still on the U.S. elections, and taking a look at how the victory of Donald Trump impacted Asian markets, we've seen the numbers tumbling and investors scrambling into assets perceived to be safe, or nervousness over the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Japan's Nikkei 225 drops 5.36% at 16,251.54 as the yen, regarded as a safe haven currency, strengthened amid nervousness over the vote. Australia's ASX 200 closed down 1.93% at 5,156.55. The benchmark index saw broad losses across all sub-indexes, except for gold, which was up 9.61%. In South Korea, the Kospi finished down 2.25% at 1,958.38. Hong Kong's Hang Seng was down 2.44% by mid-afternoon trade. Chinese shares were moderate. The Shanghai Composite ended down 0.61%, and the Shenzhen Composite was lower at 0.5%.